saying, hey, let's bring in our guy, Broncos aficionado, our Broncos insider here at Denver Sports 1043 The Fan. You know him, you love him. He is Mike Klis. Mike, my man, how you doing today?
Doing great, guys. How are you?
Oh, I can't complain. It looks a little gloomy out there. It was gorgeous this morning, but, it's going to be a good weekend, good weather, summertime, training camp on the mind. All is well, my friend. All right, let's start here because I'm trying to wrap my head around this. Like I said, training camp coming up here, stones throw away and whatnot. One thing when I was, just thinking about the Denver Broncos in this conversation, one of the big questions I have, why has Jahdae Barron not yet signed his rookie contract with the Denver Broncos?
Yeah, it's nothing big. From what I understand, it's not like Shamar Stewart with the Cincinnati Bengals, where it's about some kind of guarantee in the future. It's with Barron, I think it's nothing more than just signing bonus allocation. Generally speaking, those signing bonuses, they get. I think he's going to get somewhere around $10 million in a signing bonus. Barron will. And generally what teams do is they give you 50% of that signing bonus up front, and then there's two more payments to finish it up between now and March. And I'm sure he wants more of the money sooner, and the team would like to, pay it out in equal installments. But it's a minor thing. The money's the same. They'll get that worked out. They'll just wind up reaching an agreement here. I would think today is the 10th. They report the 16th. I wouldn't be surprised if it's done within the next 5 days.
Why the delay, though? And I understand, I'm hoping this is as simple as you lay it out to be. I would think that is the case, but we know where the Walton Pennership ownership group was with their financial situation and whatnot. But, is it a line in the sand that Barron has drawn? If there's reasonable thoughts on both sides, why is it taking so long to get to this point?
No, this is a minor deal. It's nothing to get done. And, you wind up going to the end, just in case you get an extra nickel. That's why teams wait to the deadline. He's gone this far. And the other thing is, everybody's been on vacation. Everybody takes vacation for 5 weeks in the NFL. And even though there's been some business getting done, everybody's taking a break. They'll come back. I wouldn't be surprised if this is done on Monday, which is, the first day everybody reconvenes and they sit down, and it's really no big whoop.
Hey, Mike, it's Danny. I have a quick question for you. Sutton, Allen, Bonito, who gets new money? And if so, when?
I think all three eventually will get new money. But I think Courtland Sutton is the first guy in line. He's the guy who protested his contract last year. They worked out a verbal agreement. They gave him some incentives that he reached, and the Broncos were happy to pay because it meant him having a successful season, a productive season. And so this year he's let it be known he's not playing for $14 million, and they've basically got 2 weeks. I would think again. Next week they'll start rolling up their sleeves on that deal and start getting down to business. But I would think Sutton is first. And Bonito, has got a year left on his deal. So does Sutton, but Sutton has said he won't play on that deal. Bonito has no choice really because he's on a rookie contract. And Zach Allen's in the final year of a real good deal where, he's getting paid $15.25 million a year. And this last year is non-guaranteed. Of course, he's going to get that money, guaranteed or not. It'll be guaranteed when they set the season opening rosters. But you got some time. You got into the season with Zach Allen. Maybe you got right before the season for Nick Bonito. That's what they. I think they did Pat Surtain 2 days before the opener in Seattle last year. And so you got at least that much time. But Sutton's deadline is more the opening of training camp. So it's coming up here less than 2 weeks.
Mike, regarding Bonito, you don't think that maybe he should have to prove it one more year before he really gets that big contract?
Maybe. Yeah, that might be the thinking. That's not for me to decide. He did have a big year. a better year than he got credit for. I thought he should have got more consideration for NFL Defensive Player of the Year. His teammate Surtain got it. Surtain had one pick six, and Bonito essentially had two, with one ruled a fumble recovery. But I thought he had a heck of a year. But yeah, I suppose with Bonito, that's fair. If he does put up, the thing is, if he does put up one more big year, now you're paying a lot more than you're going to pay him if you get the deal done now. So that's always the give and take on these kind of things.
Our guest, the great Mike Klis, you know him, you love him, does a great job for us here at Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan, as well as 9 News. All right, the contract stuff was, we got to get that out of the way. It's black and white. We'll see how it kind of shakes out. Let's have some fun here. I was at Broncos OTAs. I was at minicamp, and I remember Bo Nix, when he took the podium, was talking about, having a second consecutive season now for the first time in a long time. Same head coach, same playbook, same offense. I'm not talking stats in particular, but like the vibe around Bo Nix, the vibe around the Broncos. Last year I'm down there at training camp. It's a 3-quarterback competition. The fact that we have a clear-cut direction with this Broncos offense at quarterback, what do you think it means for the team, but also Bo Nix going into a pivotal year too?
I tell you, they're highly, highly optimistic. These guys, the team, Sean Payton, the players, they don't think they're going to be good. They think they're going to be really good, and they're not putting limits on themselves. Guys like me kind of look at it with, they still had that $32 million in dead cap money with Russ that they had to eat this year, one more year, so they couldn't quite maybe set their roster completely the way they wanted to. They had to take some risk with some free agents, good players, but they got injury risks. And so, if these guys stay healthy, I think a Final Four is not unrealistic for this team. They're aiming to knock off the Chiefs in the AFC West. Whether they come out and overtly state that, I'm not sure, but I think they believe they can do it. And if you win the AFC West, then you got a home playoff game, and you take it from there as far as the playoff run. But because of Bo Nix, how good he was last year, like you said, a second year with Sean Payton. With Bo Nix, it's almost to me, it's like Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid. It's a package deal, and I think Bo Nix and Sean Payton are a package deal. And working the Sean Payton offense, Payton giving a little bit more to Bo this year. I think you'll see him opening it up a little bit more in the passing game. He's going to have the run game to work off, to balance off with Dobbins and Harvey. There's a lot of excitement, and everybody thinks the defense is going to be good. And I think it will if those inside linebackers stay healthy. To me, that's the biggest question mark on the team is inside linebacker. They're good, Singleton and Greenlaw, if they're healthy, but they're both coming off substantial injuries. So, if they come back and they're like they were pre-injury, the defense will be real good. The running game should be improved. Bo should take another step. All these things are projections, though. You have to go out and do it. They won't surprise anybody this year, but they believe they're heading upward, and upward from last year is better than 10-7 and better than just making the playoffs. Winning a playoff game or two, and then taking it from there.
Well, exciting times are ahead. Football is on the mind. Training camp is right around the corner. You know who he is. You love him, Mike Klis. Be sure to check him out on social media, 9 News, and, of course, right here on 104.3 The Fan. Mike, my man, thank you so much for a few minutes. Have a good rest of your little offseason, and we'll get started here sooner rather than later.
You got it. We'll see you out there, guys.
All right, there he goes, Mike Klis. Always a good conversation with him.